I am shook by some of the disgusting comments on my post about the shooter from Wisconsin. Maybe I'm out of the loop, but this is the first time I've ever seen people in support of a shooter. And I'm not talking about the support that people are giving to Luigi from the United Healthcare shooting. I'm talking about a school shooter. This first comment here is in regards to me mentioning that this person did this in the hopes of becoming a famous shooter. I genuinely cannot believe somebody would even post something like this. Not only calling her a hero, but making positive edits about this person on their page. But there's more. There's others that are calling this person a hero. I honestly didn't look beyond this because this was deeply saddening to me to hear that people would support somebody like this because this is the definition of extreme feminism. I guess I thought that extreme feminism was women supporting women no matter what, up to a certain point. But I guess for some, their support is boundless, does not matter what they do as long as it's hatred towards men. But what do you guys think about this?
So we have a lot more information about the Madison, Wisconsin school shooter, so buckle up. The first thing I'm going to tell you is that they have identified her as a 15-year-old female. Yes, I have her name. I refuse to say it on my platform because I refuse to give her infamy. Despite what the rumors online say, she was not trans, she's just a teenage girl. Now, the shooting occurred just before 11 a.m. during study hall in a classroom that had mixed grades. The person who called the shooting in was a second grader. Let that sink in. A second grader. Second graders are usually 7 or 8 years old. Now, of the people injured, 2 of the students are in critical condition still with life-threatening injuries. 3 other students and a teacher suffered non-life-threatening injuries. We also know that she used a handgun to carry this out before turning the firearm on herself. Police are currently carrying out search warrants at the shooter's home, and apparently the parents are being very, very cooperative. I will continue to keep you guys updated as more information comes out. Make sure to hit that follow button, drop your thoughts about all of this in the comments, and make sure to spread the word out because we definitely need to get more and more awareness around these types of situations. And just remember, there are 3 families out there tonight that are never going to have their loved ones come home again, that didn't know when they woke up this morning it would be the last time that they saw them. My heart goes out to these families, but unfortunately that's not enough.
Okay, major breaking news. There has just been a school shooting at the Abundant Life Christian School in Madison, Wisconsin. The police chief said that 5 people have been taken to hospital, including children, and 5 have unfortunately lost their lives. He said that one of those deaths included the suspect who was down when police arrived. They described the shooter as juvenile, so like a young person / teenager. They believe the suspect was a student at the school and they died from a self-inflicted shot. We will be getting more details shortly, but so close to Christmas, this is going to be a very heartbreaking situation.
Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Robbie Masaga. Today I want to take a moment to reflect on something very heartbreaking. Another school shooting happened in America, and this time at Madison School. Well, my thoughts goes to everyone who is affected, especially the parents, teachers, and students. Schools are supposed to be a place of safety, growth, and I don't know why this keeps happening. This incident turns this place into places of fear. I don't really know why they keep on happening. People don't even want to go to such places anymore. These are social places, places that you know if you go there, you will come out alive. But right now, such incidents are turning this place into, no one wants to go there because you can't tell whether you're going to come out alive or not. And that is what I want us to discuss about today on this particular episode. But first, I want you guys to listen to this. Then let me know in the comment section what your thoughts are about, these incidents. Let me know. Then remember to subscribe, like, and also share this video.
As I'm seeing this story unfold out of Madison, Wisconsin, with this little 15-year-old girl that went in to the school, the Christian school, and did what she did, at what point are you going to ask yourself if she was going to take her own life? She's going to take her own life anyway. She's not going to know any better. Why would she have to take people with her? Didn't think it through? Your brain's not developed enough? If you were older, you would have made sense that you don't want to be here, you don't want to live, so you would just off yourself. We're going to find out. It's going to reveal itself what this girl was going through, whether being bullied at school or abuse at home. These are there's a reason why this girl did what she did, but we can't do nothing about this family anymore because this girl already took her own life and she's already taken people with her. And people are mourning and suffering today, and mommies and daddies won't see any Christmas. I mean, there's no winners here. It is losers at all ends. But nobody wants to talk about mental health, right? It's taboo. It's bullshit. Get through it. I'll give you something to cry about. Don't make me come up there. How many times did I hear that? How many times as a man did my father say, I'll give you something to cry about? But I'm hurting. And I have feelings too, Dad. And is it not okay for me to be upset about something? But then you take this little girl and you want to know what she was going through. And if she was going to do this, which we do not implore anybody to do this, we implore to seek help, to lean on your friends, lean on your families. I promise you, if you open up, you'll be surprised how many people will be there for you and stand by your side. At the end of the day, DM the midnight. Lean on me, lean on my shoulder. I will respond to you. I will help you through this. I will help you and do everything I can to talk you down. So to all the other kids that are out there that are struggling with depression, anxiety, mental health, just breathe it through. Just breathe it through. I promise you, together, we will get through this. And that is all I gotta say about that. May God bless you. May God bless your families. And may be God looking over these loved ones tonight that have lost their children to this horrible, horrible epidemic.
You don't think you're gonna go through this, and like I said before, I bring my daughter to school knowing well that this happens in the world, that people are struggling, and I pray for my daughter's safety. I pray for the entire school safety. I pray for the hearts of the students, the teachers, the staff members. It's a very real thing, and I'm very aware that the world is like this. I just know there was an active shooter, and that's about it. I really don't have a ton to say. All I know is that it was a traumatic experience that I had to get here as soon as possible, as close as I possibly could. And that's about it. I mean, I know that my daughter is safe from what I've heard.
Wow, another school shooting. Why am I not surprised? Like what the heck is wrong with people? Like, for real. Why are kids and teachers steady dying in a place where it's supposed to be safe for them to attend? Like, help me understand this. So these are all the updates that I've seen so far. It says 3 people are dead after a shooting at Abundant Life Christian School, a Madison, Wisconsin campus for K to 12th graders. A teacher and a teenage student were killed, police said. Officials said the shooter was a teen who also attended the school. The student's age and gender have not been released. And 6 other people were injured. 2 students are in critical condition, and the teacher as well as 3 other students had non-life-threatening injuries, officials say. So allegedly, this is the person that committed this heinous act above me. It said the person's name was Samantha Rupnow, a biological female and self-proclaimed feminist who attended the school. It said she was fascinated by true crime and that she admired the Columbine shooters. And then there's also speculation that she posted a manifesto that exists but is currently set to private on Google Docs. And these are the pictures and the videos, I'm guessing, that she posted up here. Also, they said that she died too because she offed herself. Then I'm also hearing that this was the last week of school for these kids before they went on winter break. That's sad, bro. Like, this really happened a week before Christmas. I can't imagine how those kids feel right now. Them being traumatized before Christmas. I don't even think they want to celebrate Christmas no more. I don't even blame them. But this whole thing is sad, bro. At this point, the parents might need to just homeschool their kids if stuff like this is going to continue to happen. But let me know what y'all think about this whole thing.
Now, as someone who is observing this from outside America, I find myself asking, why does this keep happening? Why is that these incidents keep repeating? In many African countries, we don't get to hear of such incidents. Actually, I've never heard of something like this. I've never had anything like that happen here in Africa. I don't know, maybe somewhere, maybe the same has happened somewhere. I don't know, but I've never heard of it. This keep repeating each and every day in America. You wake up, mass shooting. You wake up, school shooting. Why is that they are only happening in America? Why not any other part of the world? And this raises a lot of questions, especially questions pertaining parenting, society, and discipline. Is it that parents have failed? Is it the society? What is really happening, and what can be done to at least eradicate this kind of behaviors completely? Because innocent people are dying. Just because someone is going through maybe mental issues, they end up unaliving very innocent people. Majority of them very young people, because they target students. Is it that parents have failed? Is it the method of parenting that is there in America? Some people, including myself, believe that strict parenting like corporal punishment can prevent these kind of behaviors. This is a method that has been used in so many parts of Africa, and it has worked. You cannot compare kids from Africa with kids from America. There's just how kids from Africa behave, and there's how kids from America behave. And I wish America would adopt the same method and use it in America. Maybe it would work with their kids. Maybe that is missing in America, because I find them to have a very weird way of disciplining their kids, because for them, when a child does something wrong, all they do is give them timeout, ground them, which is very weird way of disciplining kids. I don't see how by grounding them will make any change. These kids get used to that. They get used to having timeouts because they don't go through any pain. So they won't understand that whatever they did was wrong. And that is why I say that America has a weird way of bringing up their kids. They get used to it because they know eventually you're going to release them. Some people will blame those kind of behaviors and say that it's mental issues. But tell me, what causes those mental issues? Because you don't just wake up with mental issues. There must be something causing that. There must be something triggering that. And this goes back to parenting. That is where we've failed. As a society, we've failed. And that's why I'm saying I wish America would adopt African method. Maybe it would work. You have to discipline your child you have to mold them from when they're still young. In some parts of Africa, parents and teachers use physical discipline. Well, it's a bit controversial because we have parents and teachers who have anger issues, who don't know how to discipline with love, but this method has worked in Africa. It has really worked, and that is why I'm saying I wish America would adopt the same method, because you cannot compare kids from Africa with kids in America. You cannot. But I don't mean that all kids in America are morally corrupted. No, I know I know America has kids who are very disciplined, but I just wish they would introduce that kind of method, especially with kids who are very indisciplined. Kids who don't even want to listen to anyone, especially to those ones, because I know just talking can't help. Grounding them cannot help, because these kids get used to that. They get used to being grounded. They get used to, you taking away their gadgets. They get used to that. They know you will take it, then eventually you're going to give it back to them. So they won't feel anything. Some people say that it's mental issue, but what causes that mental issue? There must be something that is causing that, and that is when we go back to parenting. With kids, you have to instill morals at a tender age. You cannot wait and start doing it when they're all grown. You cannot, because if you can't correct them at their tender age, then start doing it when they're all grown, they're going to rebel. And that is why we see things like, that's why we see this kind of incidents. We see them going out there and unaliving their peers, because you didn't work on them when they were still young. You didn't. This grounding, this taking away their gadgets, it doesn't work. I feel like they get used to it. They know eventually you will give them back their gadgets. They know you will. So it doesn't work. Parents have failed. The government has also failed because they are introducing rules that are not helping these kids. Why is that the government has to prevent parents from disciplining their own kids? Why? It's failing everyone. That is why these kids behave the way they behave. You cannot compare kids in America with African kids. African kids respect their parents. They respect their teachers. There are things you cannot, even just going out there and talking back to someone who is older than you. It's not, you cannot find such a thing in Africa, but in America, it's normal. And parents also need to remember that discipline alone cannot fix every problem. If your child feels neglected, if your child is unheard, they're going to rebel. This is why we see them behaving the way they want to behave out there. Because some parents are very absent. They are never there for their kids. So these kids, they feel like they don't have anyone to listen to them. And that is what that triggers that mental health that majority of you talk about. Because you don't have time for your kids. All you do is either go out there, some of you are workaholics, you don't have time to spend with your kids. Some of you don't even know their kids. You don't know who is your child. And that is why some of you will be surprised the moment you hear that it's your child who went out there and unalived students and unalived teachers. You'll be surprised because you don't know who is your child. But if you had time to spend with them, you'll get to learn what do they need, where have you failed, do they need therapy? If you had time to spend with them, you would know all that. But majority of you don't, because you don't have time. All you do is work or spend time with friends. All I can say is parents need to pay attention to their kids' behavior. You need to mold your child when they're still young. That is what you need to do. Don't wait until when they're old. That is when you want to work on them. If you don't instill morals when they're still young, there's nothing you can do when they're all grown. Nothing. They're going to rebel. Teachers also need to talk to students. You need to learn them. You need to understand. What do they really want? You need to understand what are they really going through. Some of them are going through a lot at home. They have very abusive parents. They have absentee parents. So you need to understand whether that child is okay mentally or not. That is what that needs to be done, at least to control this kind of behaviors we're seeing out here. Because very innocent people are being unalived, and which is not right. It's not right. Something needs to be done. And you can also copy the African method. Try it. Get to know whether it will work or not. Don't wait until when that person has done something wrong for you to take them to prison for the rest of their life, or for them to unalive themselves, just like the way this little girl did. We don't have to wait to that point. We can do something before it happens. So if it has worked in Africa, I believe it can work anywhere. And I know, and I do believe that it's not only in Africa that use this kind of method. I think even the Arabs use the same, and it has worked with them, because see how Arab kids behave. See how African kids behave. And that is what you need to copy. And when we talk about corporal punishment, we don't mean that you should go out there and unalive your child or cause serious injuries on them. That is not what we mean. All we mean is try make your child understand that whatever they've done is wrong. Don't give them time out. Don't ground them. It doesn't work. They get used to it. Yeah, try it, guys. Then let me know in the comment section what your thoughts are about this particular topic. Yeah, remember to subscribe, like, and also share. And until next time,